All right, good morning YouTube. It is Nick with NK Landscaping again as usual. Me and Kurt are getting ready to go to a job. Fitz should be showing up soon. It is cold. It's finally fall. You see the leaves are falling. A couple things we got going on right now. Putting some new tires on the dump trailer. This is a 1 to 2 time a year process. Kurt's got to get the farm jack to jack this thing up. The Chevy is screaming in pain. But yeah, I think 3 new tires going on this. We got those mounted and balanced last week while I was on vacation. I'm gonna start up the excavator because that is coming with us today. And if you've been following us for a little while, you will remember this job. So client liked our work so much, they brought us back to do a plant install. So I'm gonna get everything started up, loaded up, warmed up, all that good stuff, and we'll probably see you in a few seconds here. Oh yeah, I turned that off. There we go. You might not be able to tell on camera, but the other day Fitz and I went through and cleaned this machine really well. It's been on a few jobs without getting cleaned. So it feels good to actually have it all nice and clean. So I'm gonna bring basically grading bucket, trenching bucket, and the ripper. Plant some plants. We're gonna do a tear out too. So I'm gonna get that loaded up. Trailers are on the the trailers are on the tires, right? Tires are on the trailer. Kurt's got the dump truck. He's gonna go down to hard scrabble after we get started on the job. So let's get loaded up. All right, guys, you remember this one? We put this patio in like a month or so ago, a little over a month. They liked our work so much, they want to do landscaping. So basically, everything from the walkway to the house, this grass patch coming out, all the plants coming out, all this grass, and these plants coming out to this barberry right here. We're going to draw a nice straight line. And this whole area that I said is coming out is going to get replaced with plants, new plants, and mulch. So this will all be a garden bed. They don't want to maintain grass, and they want some privacy here. So it looks really good now with all the grass. It's all coming out. The tree that was here, you remember that? So that was taken out and ground. The stump was ground. So we still have to worry about the stump in there. We're not going to be digging or anything just because roots, we don't want to ruin the patio, but all this is getting cut out, and then I'll pull the little stumps. So Kurt's gonna cut this up and then we'll load it out.
8:57.
So Kurt took the first picture when we started at 8:57. It's 9:49. That's an hour and 2 minutes. And we have this whole thing stripped down to bare dirt. Plants out.
That's not an hour and 2 minutes. That's 52 minutes.
52 minutes. I'm bad at math. That's 52 minutes. We got this stripped, loaded. That's faster than you can get a pizza delivery in most places.
Well, around here, yeah.
Around here, at least. That is why we have an excavator and a steel wrist to do landscaping jobs. Normally, Kurt, how long would this have taken last year if you would have sent a landscape crew out to do this?
3 guys, 3 to 4 hours.
3 guys, 3 to 4 hours, and probably multiple loads, and they wouldn't have got it cut as deep as this.
You know, it would be this good.
It wouldn't be this good. So yeah, we still have 3 guys, but one machine. They really didn't have to do any labor. So let's go dump this. We're gonna go get some plants, some irrigation stuff, and then we can come back and actually, you know, finish the job today. Well, Kurt, what did you say just happened there?
Well, we were working so hard that we can't do math right. It was actually 48 minutes.
48 minutes, okay. So now I can't get anybody in the comments yelling at me, right? Unless you did it wrong for the 3rd time.
Hey, I've been working really hard today.
Let's go get some plants.
So that was cool.
Oh, they're pumping the outhouses. Kurt and the guy are over there in the mule John Deere thing, and they got their shirts over their face because I guess it must be just shooting stink in their face. Oh man,
He's trying to get out of this.
he's all covered up. I'm crying. Oh, well, if you can't tell, we're a hard scrabble. Oh, that stinks. Oh, okay. I'll see you in a few minutes. It's only 4 hours later. Every single stop we made just kept taking longer and longer and longer. You couldn't make up some of the things that we've been through today. But we're now back with a trailer full of plants, sweet peat, which is a type of mulch, and we also went to Home Depot to get some soaker hose. All that took 4 hours. Let's get this stuff in the ground. So we're doing a screening row of these arborvitaes. They're like a 4 to 5, 6 foot type blend, depending on which one you look at. We're doing staggered pattern just so we can get the most amount of privacy as quick as possible. Some issues that we're running into though is there was that tree here, so I have to cut some more of these roots with the demo saw, and we're not digging with the machine for this, just because we don't know what's on the ground. We found some sand that we don't know if it's from the previous patio. Could be for utilities as well. So we're just being extra careful. But 3 over here and 3 more to go in a zigzag here, I think. 3 or 4. All right, let me cut these roots. So interesting development. Kurt says that all these holes, because they've all been hand excavated, there's about 10 inches of topsoil, and then it goes to a 6-inch layer of sand, and then back to native soil. Fitz just pulled some string out of his hole. So what we're thinking is, when they built this development, probably when they did the walkways, the pavement, the foundations and everything, the string is probably for laying out the walkways, string lines for all that, and it's just a layer of sand that's in here, which makes the digging mildly easier. It's definitely easier than just boulders, but getting all these holes marked out for a zigzag on the plants, and then we get to shove all these into their holes. But yeah, that's our theory. But all these plants are just going in the holes right now. Then we're gonna cut the burlap on the top, fold back the basket like we always do, and then the yard max right there is full of topsoil, and the Chevy is full of topsoil. So we're gonna backfill with a good topsoil mix. Those will all get planted, and then there's another row of plants in front of everything. Last tree going in. Alright guys, I apologize for not filming more. Planting plants, I personally don't love it. It's not really my forte. I like operating equipment, which I think is fun and entertaining, so that's what I like to film. Plants on the other hand, that's Kurt's specialty. He's the plant master. But anyway, all of our plants are in. You can see we got quite an assortment of different things. Arborvitae's in a staggered pattern, boxwoods, roses, some hydrangeas. Kurt is now running soaker hose around everything, so it will water. Got a pile of junk that came out, and then that bed over there, he's actually running the soaker hose now. We've been getting a lot of rain lately, but it's been very windy, so everything kind of dries out pretty quick. Just installing some fittings. Yeah, we basically got most of this raked out to grade. I don't know if we're gonna get to the sweet peat today. We have a meeting tonight, so we're probably not gonna have time for that, so we'll be back tomorrow. The whole escapade in the morning kind of set us off course. Sweet peat, for those of you that don't know, it's like a mulch material. It's really made out of like leaves and wood chips and stuff, but it's a very high nutrient value. Unlike mulch, it's very like squishy, and it holds moisture very well, and it's very nutritious for plants. So on new installs, some people opt to put it in. It's quite a bit more expensive than standard mulch, but it does a great job. All right, good morning guys, day 2. You'll notice we have the Chevy with us as well today, so Kurt's driving that. If you've been following along through our past videos, you may have heard of this issue that we're having with that truck, but we're having it again. I think this is the 4th time. So that is a 2022 Chevy 2500. It's got the Z71 package. That's just the truck that the dealer gave us when we bought it during COVID time. But anyway, that is a COVID truck. And since we've gotten it, we've had nothing but electrical issues. Truck's got under 10,000 miles, I believe, or just at 10,000 miles. But what happens, it's push button start. You go to get in it, you press the push button and it just clicks like the battery's dead. And sometimes you'll have to push the button like 6 to 10 times before it will actually start. Chevy said they found something wrong with the fuse block. Then they found some bad wiring on the second try. The third try, I think this is gonna be the fourth time, but the third time they replaced the battery because they said it was a bad battery on a brand new truck. This is the fourth time it's going back for the same problem. If they can't fix it this time, we're gonna have to look into lemon law, because you know, you buy this expensive brand new truck and this is the problem you get. So back to the dealer again, and then back to the job. We got to make a couple modifications. The client wanted to change a couple things around, so we will see you in a few. So we are back, letting the excavator warm up because it's chilly this morning. So we got a couple things we're going to modify here. This barberry is going to come out. It's not really needed, kind of clogs this area up. Not needed. When we do that, we're going to trim up this tree. This is part of the development's tree. It's not really anybody's tree from their own personal thing, but trim that up so we can get a little more sunlight in here. And then over here, we've got this Bobo hydrangea in the corner. It's too tight right there. It's already installed. It's already up against the walkway. It's one of those things that when Kurt did his design, so basically anytime we do a planting job like this, Kurt will do a 3D rendering. So he'll basically map out the house with the patio and everything. So not only did he do that for the patio install, he did it for the plant install. So the client can see what it looks like and see the colors and kind of know what it's going to look like before we install it. This is one of those things that looks good on the plan, but then in real life, by the time you install everything and the sizing, you know, in real life comes out, it doesn't really fit. So that's getting popped, and for now, we're gonna put that back over where the barberry was. So we're just pulling out the soaker hose right now. Yesterday we got it laid out, but what we need to do, that was way too long of a run for one feed. You just lose so much pressure by the time you get to the end, nothing comes out. So all the plants close to the feed of the hose get soaked, but the other stuff does not. So we're gonna break that into two separate soaker hose sections. But yeah, we're gonna get that moved, that popped, redo all our soaker hose in this section, and then we get to put down the sweet peat, haul away our junk, and that should really cap it off. There are a couple plants that we are missing that Hardscrabble did not have. Those are gonna have to get installed separately, either this year if we are able to get them, or in the spring, depending on what we gotta do. All right? Yeah. That was easy. That came right out. Just another time where the KX33 works really well. This is like a 5-foot sidewalk, and I was able to sneak in between these cars right on the sidewalk without getting into the bed and just yank that right out. Use the side shift on the boom to the right. I rarely ever go to the right. I'm always side shifting to the left. That worked really well. Let's get some soaker hose installed better, and then it's time to mulch. All right, so all of the irrigation is now installed. We have 3 separate zones, 3 separate hoses, plus just a regular hose. So we have splitter bibs, hoses, connectors, soaker hose, everything. It's quite the install. That bed over there is sweet peated or mulched or whatever you want to call it. Fitz did that before. I got a good bucket full of sweet peat here, and we're about to sweet peat this bed. We have tested all the soaker hose, everything functions properly. We're getting water to all of our plants. Bush is trimmed, barberry's out, and the bobo is in. Let's get to mulching and we can be done. That is a wrap, guys. So, only a couple hours here today. Full install. Patio looks really good. So the whole point of doing these are on a straight because they already have some privacy here from the forsythia, and this is their own private walkway. But on the front side we went with a staggered pattern, so these will grow in really nice, give them some good privacy in here. Mulched all the way to the end. We are going to come back to put a vanilla strawberry hydrangea there either this season or next season, depending on if we can get it or not. Otherwise, that looks really good. Everything's blown off, cleaned up, excavator loaded up with all the leftover debris. Not too shabby. So I guess with that means we are done here. We're gonna go home, get started on something else. But as usual, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for checking in. Hope you enjoyed it. And I guess we'll be seeing you on the next one. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, you can do it. If not, that's fine with me too. And before you leave, go ahead and check Kurt out over at NK Garage. Link is down in the description and on our channel page. You like tools? You don't want to give him a little views.
Yeah, sounds good, guys. Come check out the tools.
Fitz, you got anything to say?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, see you guys.